for the last 139 of this semifinal. Vic dropping back to pass, stepping up, and sitting down. Joel's defense again, Fletcher Cox.
Is your best friend, your whole family's here. It's a Thanksgiving reunion in the backfield. Go get him now. Go get him now.
What is up, YouTube? Today we're going to be breaking down Joel's defense versus Ish. Now, if you guys watched the video already, or if you watched these two play, you guys kind of know the outcome already. So anyways, Joel, I don't think they ever said what playbook he was in. They just said his favorite playbook was the Titans, which I'm pretty sure that's what he's using on offense. I'm gonna assume he's probably in Jets defense, like a lot of people are. But anyways, we're gonna go ahead and get into the defensive portion on this game. This is probably my favorite game to watch, but you know, I just love Joel. Joel's hysterical. So anyways, he takes a timeout out there. It's really important that he takes a timeout, simply because he just predetermined he's going to come out West Coast bunch. Instead, he comes out in this I-form close. So in the first half, a timeout isn't really worth as much as it is in the second half. So it's worth it to take a timeout there instead of giving up an easy touchdown. At least play some better defense. And right here you can see he goes HB ISO. Tyreek Hill running back in the backfield. Guys, I don't know how to do that because it's his salary cap. You cannot, as far as I know, you cannot replicate that in regs, which is my primary mode that I like to play. So you guys keep that in mind. I don't know how to do that. I'll try and figure it out. I might ask around and see how you go about doing that. You can let me know in the comment section how you go about doing that. But anyways, now we're going into the good stuff. The bread and butter of this defense. 146 versus West Coast. Now, a popular thing that Joel likes to do is he will run this cover 3 a lot. And you'll often find himself what he did. He's pretty much running a cover 3 stock. And he's going to be using Pat, I believe that's Pat Tillman over here, which is actually in a curl flat over there. And he's kind of trying to force him into this max protect, which you'll find that he does a lot. But in this kind of formation right here, he doesn't go into max protect whatsoever. I don't know what Ish was doing right there, but there was nobody open. Joel had to just take away one crosser. He just had 2 streaks over there. And you guys saw it was an easy bag. But this is a common thing that you're going to see Joel doing, is that he's going to be running this cover 3 frequently, using the curl flat, giving him the same look. He's going to be going into this DB Sting 2 buzz every single time, but audibling into a cover 3 sky and using the curl flat just to force Ish into this max protect. So, believe this is 4th and 15. It's pretty obvious that he has to punt. Joel plays great defense his first drive, up 7 points in the first half. And just to let you guys know, Ish gets the ball in the second half. So we're going to go ahead and skip ahead to Joel's next defensive drive. So you're going to see this is a pretty popular defense for any kind of high level Madden. Big down 146 versus West Coast bunch. Who can dot? Who can block? Who can scream? Now Joel plays it a little differently. He doesn't really send the pressure out too much in this first half. He'll start sending it a little bit later on. Right there you can see Harrison dragging him forward. I believe that was, let's see, what do I have written down right here? We're going to go to defense. He just sticks to the meta. This is just running HB sweep. Now, again, I don't know how he gets Marvin Harrison. I don't know how he gets Tyreek Hill in the backfield. I got no idea how to do that. So, 2nd and 6, again, he shows blitz, and he just sends forward. It's really nothing too super special, but he is forcing Ish into a max protect, which is going to be a big game changer. Because then by going max protect and you pretty much having a crap ton of coverage on the field, it's a lot less stressful as a user to have to cover that amount. For example, if they were to send 5 routes out and you're sending like 20, it's going to be really hard as a user to guard pretty much anything at all. There's going to be something open every single time. So Joel's going to be running the same defense again and again. Ish finally switches out of it. And you can see when he doesn't max protect, he's going to have somebody open. Now, Joel, as a user, is going to get stressed out a lot more on defense. And therefore is going to have to really cover a lot more. And it's going to be a lot more difficult in doing so, since his curl flat is responsible for the flat and the corner out as well. So we got 1st and 10. Joel's going to come out in DB Sting 2 buzz. I talked about this earlier. It's DB Sting 2 buzz. And he just audibles into any other kind of coverage. Whatever the coverage is going to be. Cover 4, cover 3, cover 0, cover 2. It just gives you the same exact look every single time. So Ish is just having to guess. It's all a mind game. And this time he does send the dogs, and he makes a huge mistake. If you guys saw that, I want to pause right here. He makes a ginormous mistake. Now, I think this is something done on accident. He sends Troy Polamalu on a blitz as well. Now, I don't know. Maybe he blitzed him. Maybe he pushed in on the right stick on accident. I don't know what happened right there, but Ish had a lot of people open. He didn't have the flat open, but he had that slant or that crossing route, whatever it was, that post route, whatever you guys want to call it. And then the post route or streak ran on the left side, he had him beat as well. So he pretty much just had to hit a button, and he had a touchdown right there. So Joel gets a little lucky right there with that blitz coming through, and was able to get a pretty big sack. So now it's 2nd and 23. You remember in the first quarter, he was sitting in coverage a little bit more. He's been sitting in his curve 3 a lot. He really hasn't sent the pressure, but he sends dogs again. Super heavy pressure. Ish dots it up. That's a good dot. Now, a lot of people may say that was a pick, but the way that he's playing with that super aggressive defense, which I think is really smart, he gets him into this 3rd and 10, which is a little more manageable. But he starts dropping off the coverage, and that was a good dot because, well, he sent the blitz. Seems you're going to get open pretty quickly. And he gets a little unfortunate right there and gets it to 4th and 10. Usually that's going to be a completion, but Joel kind of gets a little lucky. He gets lucky a couple times in this game where there should have been a completion. Joel gets the drop. So he goes 4th and 10. Do keep in mind, Ish gets the ball at half. Joel needs to get the ball back. And right here, you guys will see right there, again, gets lucky. That dig route is a completion 9 times out of 10, and that just happened to be the 1 time out of 10. And so Joel, Joel being Joel, man, he gets the stop he needs to be able to try and go up 3 scores before half. Now, do keep in mind this is going to be a defensive side of the ball. Offensive side, if you guys want the offensive side of it, be sure you drop a like on this video, and we'll get into the offensive portion of it. But anyways, we're going to go skip ahead to Joel's, I believe we're on the 3rd or 4th drive. I have a lot number, so I can't remember what drive we're on right now. But we're going to go ahead and skip ahead to when Joel gets back on defense. Alright, so right here, the half's pretty much over. Really nothing special happens right here. Joel's just going to go to a prevent style defense. If you guys aren't going into a prevent style defense, then, well, really silly mistake. And right there, you're okay with giving that up. You're perfectly fine with that. You can have the little underneath stuff. You got 49 yards. You're not making this kick in salary cap. It's impossible to make. And it's just going to try to catch him off guard and go into a heavy set. So that pretty much takes up the half. There's really nothing too special that happens right here. He goes into 3-4 odd, playing a cover 4, I believe. And he just tries and gets lucky right here. Tyreek Hill trying to just make something happen. And, well, Joel just plays the correct defense. And so we take it over to the half. So right here, in this defensive drive, this is going to be pretty huge. And this could potentially cost him the game. So right here, what he's doing is this side right there, Deion Sanders is on a little quarter. Might be a man coverage. He predicts a streak, and that's a pretty easy pick right there. I mean, that wasn't open whatsoever. And you can see it's gone. It's going to be going to the house. So that could be actually really big. And that may actually bite Ish really hard later into the game. Because Ish had the underneath stuff open. Now, I don't want to focus too much on his offense. Joel's okay with giving that up, with him being up 3 scores. You on defense, you're okay with giving these little checkdowns because you as a user can generally rally to the ball pretty quickly, especially when you're going to be the one covering underneath. So Joel takes away the deep stuff. Him as user takes the stuff underneath. And at this point, you as a defensive-minded player, you should be okay with giving that up. And you can see right there, pays off. Joel gets the pick. Joel's back on offense with already up 3 scores. Could go up 4 scores if he gets a touchdown on that drive. But we're going to go ahead and skip ahead again. This is a defensive mindset of Joel. We're going to go skip back on to lay offense. Or is it lay defense, not lay offense. So not quite where we want to be. But right here, Joel's showing the same look. It's consistent. But you notice, one thing I want to show right here He's always bringing Pat Tillman down. You notice outside third, probably, and more likely inside third, maybe an inside quarter. I'm not entirely sure what he's doing with that guy, but this guy's an outside third as well. We're going to let this play out. So he's giving it pretty much the same look. Curl flat right there, leaves it open. You can see Ishhhh easily able to make that throw on the run. So at this point, this is to put it away. This is to just make your opponent absolutely lost. Joel's playing mind games. You can see right there, Joel is not even sending pressure whatsoever. Ishhhh goes into max protects, and on top of that, motions in a receiver to block. So let's count the defense right here. 1, 2, 3, 4. Technically 5 if you want to count that spine coverage. I usually count it. 6, 7, 8 versus 2. You could have quadruple coverage on each of these receivers. This is a mind game right here. Ishhhh has no idea, none, that when the blitz is coming, when the blitz is dropping off, because Joel showed him towards the end of the first half that he could send the blitz. He showed him at the beginning of the half, hey, I'm going to drop into coverage and just rush 3. So Joel is now in Ishhh's head. Guys, when you're going against a high-level Madden player, you have to be in their head. You have to make them think, crap, what is he doing in this situation? Is he going to send the blitz? Is he bluffing it? Is he going to just send 4? Is he going to send 20? I don't know. And Joel is in his head right now. So 1st and 10, there is nobody open. Double coverage on everybody. And so Ishhhh is going to have to throw it away. So 2nd and 10, 3rd and 10. I mean, this whole drive, he is in Ishhh's head the entire time. The entire time. You'll see Joel like does little points to his head showing that he's in his mind right now. He knows what he wants to do. Showing him the same look. 2nd and 10. He's hoping, and if you're using it in this kind of situation, you're kind of hoping that Ishhh does go into max protect. Right there, he gets a good dot right there, a little out route, beats a cover 3 to the sideline for a 3rd and manageable. So now this puts out, I think, like 3rd and 3, 3rd and 2. But pretty much you got to get this first down. You got to get this touchdown at this point. So 4th and 2. Is he going to send the heat? I would in this situation. Joel doesn't. He drops into coverage again. And this kind of really hurts him right there. Again, he gets a little lucky, but without dashing Deadeye, you're going to see that happens pretty frequently. And so Joel, in turn, gets a turnover he needs. Ishhh had the dig route coming across the middle. I think had he just sat there, he would have had that dig route pretty open. But Joel gets a little lucky right there, gets fortunate, and he gets overthrown that little easy corner route. So I want to talk about that a little bit right there. 4th and 2. I probably would not have played a cover 3. I personally probably would have played a cover 2 and send the dogs. Cover 2 probably with a cloud flat on that side of the field, with a hard flat maybe on the opposite side of the lone side of the field. Just because you really want to take away his first read quickly, and he wants to pressure just in case he does manage to get the time, he does manage to get the routes. You need to get the pressure home, and you need to make him make a quick throw, and you as a user take away that quick read. That first read, you got to take that away so the pressure can get home before he makes it open. So we're going to go ahead and skip on ahead to Joel's next defensive drive. I think all I counted, I think it was like 6 or 7. Yeah, 6 defensive drives that Joel had. So he was on defense quite a lot. That's how it's usually played when you're going against a passer. So we're going to go ahead and skip on ahead. So right here, Joel needs to stop. Ishhh managed to get a point. He managed to get a touchdown. And so now Joel just needs it. He's been chewing clock. He's been just trying to take away as much time as he can. And so at this point, usually what I'd do, I'd probably start sending a little bit of pressure. You want to get him into those timeouts. You want him to start using those timeouts, and instead he throws it away. You cannot let him do that. You have to make him take a sack. And so I don't really like how Joel's playing a little off coverage right now. I don't like how he's playing a little soft defense. Play aggressive, Joel. Play aggressive. Send the heat. Send the dogs. I mean, there's nobody open. And right there, clicks on. Ooh. Had that been an accurate pass, that would have been an easy interception. Super, super easy interception. So Joel is always, you notice this, if you've been paying attention to this video, if you're awake, wake up. If you're not, Ish is being in a max protect practically the entire game because he doesn't know when Joel's sending the pressure. You see max protect again. Poor pocket present, steps out, takes a sack again. That's what Joel needs. Joel needs a sack. 4th and 18. We're going to stop it right here. 4th and 18. This will end the game. This will crush Ish's soul. Soul. Why did I just say that twice? Ish needs a first down. Joel needs a stop. 2-minute warning is about to hit. 4th and 18. In Madden 20, 4th and 18 is really, really hard to pick up. I think it's almost near impossible to pick up. Some players can. It's pretty much just trying to get lucky. But right there, Joel, right here, Joel's going to get a little lucky. You notice that he's being a little lucky this entire game, Joel. Sorry, but yeah, you got a little lucky this game. So, again, I don't like how he's not sending pressure, Joel. Maybe you could explain why, but right there, he had the touchdown. Real easy. If you guys look downfield, you saw the streak pass lead to the outside. Super easy touchdown. Had Ish stayed in the pocket, again, had Ish stayed in the pocket, he had the touchdown. So now Joel's going to go ahead and just try and tune this clock away. There's one more defensive drive that we're going to talk about. But you can see, I can kind of understand why he's doing that. But at the same time, yeah, I would have been sending the pressure a lot more than what Joel was doing. I think Joel was playing a little too soft the defense in that situation, because with that much time, the odds are you're going to give up something really big if you're going to just let them sit in the pocket like that. So now we're going to go ahead and skip ahead to Joel's final defensive drive. I will talk about this as I'm finding it as well. In this situation where we're about to skip ahead to, this is now switching over to a bend don't break. Like, you cannot give up a touchdown at this point. Being up where Joel is right now, two touchdowns, you cannot give this up. You see, he's up 2 scores, 2 touchdowns. Ish, first off, I want to talk about before I let this go. Ish needs a touchdown here. Joel, or any player, any of you guys watching this video, you on defense, you should be fine. You're okay with, like, you have to have the mindset, I'm okay with giving up drags. I'm okay with giving up slants. I'm okay with giving up out routes. I'm okay with giving up corner routes, because eventually those corner routes will not work. They will not work as effectively in the red zone. And if you're a decent player, eventually you're going to adjust in the red zone, and you're going to take away those corner routes completely. So you're okay with giving all that stuff up. What you're not okay with is giving up a one-play touchdown. You give up a one-play touchdown, that's really going to hurt you, because then Ish could potentially get the ball back with no timeouts left, maybe about 40 seconds to try and get another one-play touchdown off. So at this point, you have to play bend don't break. What do I mean by bend don't break? Maybe you guys already know. You can let me know in the comment section before I say so. But bend don't break, you're okay with giving up 3 points. You're okay with giving up underneath stuff. You're okay with giving up the short 10-yard stuff. You're not okay with giving up touchdowns. You're not okay with giving up 40-yard bombs, 30-yard bombs, 20-yard bombs, and getting out of bounds. You're okay with giving up stuff over the middle of the field. You have to keep that clock running. Joel will say this later on, and I'll make sure to turn it up. It's hysterical. But the time is your friend. It's not only your best friend, but it's your best friend. It's your mother. It's your dad. It's your sister. It's your uncle's best friend's dog's leash. I don't even know what I'm saying right now. But you guys get the point. Time is in your favor. You're up 2 full scores. Ish needs 2 touchdowns. And that's really hard to score with only 1 timeout left and pass a 2-minute warning. So, you as a user, if you're going to play a stock cover 3, like, for the most part, what Joel does, you notice he takes away the streak. He sees that streak. You're okay with that. You prefer to keep him inbounds. But again, you're okay with that. If you're playing bend don't break, you're fine with that. A 3-point ain't going to do Ish much. It's not enough. He's got to get a touchdown, and eventually you can just adjust to that anyways. You can take away that corner out. And so you're okay with that. You got to understand, you guys have to be all right with giving up that corner out. Don't be frustrated about that. give it up, take away the 1-play touchdown like Joel did in that situation. So 1st and 10, he plays soft defense right there. Now in this situation, I like him playing this little bit of more coverage style of defense, because you've seen his defensive line, they've been fighting for him. They are fighting. Now I'm going to go back, I'm going to crank this up, but if you guys have been paying attention, he really hasn't sent much pressure. When he's sent pressure, yeah, he gets a sack, but even just sending 3, he's still getting home and he's still getting the sacks that he needs to keep that clock running. Now I'm gonna go back. I'm gonna let you guys listen to what Joel said. I think it's hysterical. Just add a little bit of comedy to this as well.
For the last 139 of this semifinal, Vic dropping back to pass, stepping up, and sitting down. Joel's defense again, Fletcher Cox.
Time is your best friend. Your whole family's here. It's a Thanksgiving reunion in the backfield. Go get him now. Go get him now.
So I hope you guys heard that. I hope you guys get a little laugh out of that. But again, we're back into game mode. Get up that corner out. RB, you can have that. You can have that. You can have that. I prefer to keep you in bounds. Again, I prefer to keep you in bounds. But Ish no longer has any timeouts. He's down 2 full scores practically. Yeah, give him a touchdown. 2 touchdowns and a field goal for both of them wins you the game. But you're all right with that. So remember, last time, what did Ish do? I want you to tell me in the comment section right now, in this formation, what did he do last time? I want to test your guys' memory, because that is a big thing of Madden. Any Madden you've ever played, you've got to have somewhat decent memory to know what they did. So hopefully you guys remembered what he did last time. If you haven't, if you don't remember, maybe you work on your memory a little bit. Maybe try to think a little bit harder. What he did last time in this formation, 2 streaks and a crosser. Now I think that was on accident. I don't think he meant to have 2 streaks. I think he meant to have a crossing route and a crosser streak on one side with a drag on the other side. But keep in mind, that's what he did last time. So Joel's kind of prepared for that. You see right there, he passes off that crossing route to the outside third, follows the other crossing route, and then in turn bags the play completely. So this is playing great bend don't break. Again, time is your best friend. He's showing the same look, drops off the coverage, puts a guy on the spy. Vic has nowhere to run. He can't scramble. Nobody's open. Joel's adjusting, swerves a defender, goes down. You're okay with that. 40 seconds on the play clock by the time he gets back to the ball. You are okay with this. And now, field positioning is huge. And we're going to stop right here because this is the end of the game. 3rd and 4, field positioning is big. You have to keep in mind 33-yard line, 27-yard line, 20-yard line, 15-yard line. You notice Joel's adjusting these corner outs. He's playing the proper bend don't break. 30 seconds left on the clock. Ish is down 13 points. He needs a touchdown. At this point, there's nobody open. You just got to chuck it up. There's no option for you at all. You take a sack. Time runs out. That's game over. So pretty much now at this point, Ish is like, okay, well, I got to throw a Hail Mary. Joel's like, we got this game in the bag. Throws it up. Cover 3 again. Picks it off. And that is... So while Joel didn't really do anything super unique on defense, I'm going to go ahead and pause this. While Joel didn't do anything like super unique, super fancy on defense, he was in Ish's mind the entire time. So a big lesson we can take away from this is when you're playing at a high level competitive Madden, Madden becomes more than just adjustments. It becomes a mind game. And for you guys that have played sports, whether it be in high school, college, at least those levels, middle school it's a little different. You guys know, we all know, all of us that played sports in high school or college, we know it's 2 things. Any kind of sport you play, it's physicality and it's mentality. Those are the 2 big things to take away with you. If your opponents are starting to get in your head, then you're not going to perform as well as you would. But if you're in their head, you're going to be able to, it's weird how the mind works. It's actually pretty sick how the mind works. But you're generally going to perform a lot better when you're in an opponent's head than when they're in yours. And that's pretty simple. It's not really too complicated right there. But it still applies to Madden. When people are in your head, 2 things happen. 1, you become uncomfortable. 2, you start doing stupid things. And it changes the game completely for you when you're in their head, because then you feel relaxed, you're comfortable, you know what you need to do, you're calm, cool, and collected. Remember the 3 C's, calm, cool, and collected, is going to be the biggest takeaway from this game. If somebody is in your head, get them out. You need to start taking your checkdowns. You need to start getting some momentum back on offense or on defense, whatever it may be. And once you're able to finally sit back in your chair or sit back in your couch or just sit on the floor, get comfortable, wherever, how you guys game, I don't know. When you're finally able to get a little more comfortable, more relaxed, you can feel the tension going away. You're able to perform a lot better on Madden, in school, whatever the case may be. School, sports, Madden, video games in general, or exercise, whatever it is. When tension is released, you're relaxed, you're calm, you're cool, and you're collected. So hopefully that's the lesson you guys take away from this. There's one thing that Joel did on defense that's a little more unique. Occasionally you notice he'd put that strong safety into an inside quarter and have an outside third there. Outside third guard the corner out. Inside quarter would guard that streak. And so that's something a little unique that Joel would do. He didn't do that all the time. But the big thing about this game is Joel is in Ish's head. Ish is uncomfortable, and therefore Ish lost. Pretty simple logic behind that. So anyways, that's going to take care of this inside the mind of Joel CP. And yeah, if you guys want the offensive portion of it, I've already got all the notes for the offensive portion of it. Let's get to 10 likes on this video, and we will cover the offensive portion of it. So until next time, guys, get in the lab, remain calm, cool, collected. If you feel yourself getting a little tense, take a breath, step away, stretch, do yoga, whatever it is, relax, and then get back into it. This has been T Meister. See ya.